Hi everyone, welcome to this live stream. Today we're gonna be ripping some spacers for decking fascia board installation, and it will be made by Trex, and we're gonna use PVC spacers to space it out so that it won't rot. And after that we're gonna install fascia board. We're gonna pre-drill it, and it will cover that exposed edge on the decking, as you can see. So stay tuned and let's start working on this fascia installation on this deck. So I'm gonna be using that PVC trim that I got left from one of the projects, and I'll be ripping it into pieces. So I would have to rip 1/4-inch strips for these spacers. As you can already see, I ripped some of the PVC casing that I had for these strips, and then we're gonna nail them to the rim board. Hi, Uncommon Woman, thank you for joining. How do you like that kind of camera view compared to the previous one, that just a standard? Is it like better to watch? I tried to stabilize it a little bit more today because it was just pretty much taped to my attachment, but now I want to use I just use a zip ties, which zip ties, they always do the job when duct tape can't do the job. So thank you everyone for joining. Now let's start ripping those spacers so you don't skip the future installation. Stay tuned and like to that live stream and subscribe, guys. So let's start ripping it. It might be a little noisy, but it's part of the job. So I'm ripping those spacers 1/4-inch. Let me adjust the camera angle a little bit. Just like that. So you see that 1/4-inch strip, then I'm gonna cut it into a 10-inch strips, and it will serve as a spacer for ventilation, to ventilate, and for that rim joist not to rot. So I'm gonna cut quite few of them because I need around 30 more spacers, and then we're gonna use the nail gun to attach it before we put our rim joist. So thank you everyone for joining, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I like the previous one better. Okay, you do awesome work, Luca. Hi, Victor. So if you like previous one better, then after ripping that, we'll probably switch at some point, guys. So I will take your comment in consideration. So now let's see. I'm gonna get these strips with me, and we're gonna cut them on a miter. So this is just PVC trim that at some point I used for some bathroom casing and jam material. So I ripped it on strips, 1/4-inch strips, and now we're gonna cut them all to be 9 and 1/8. So I see you running vertical and horizontal. So I gotcha. Let's cut these guys, and I'll get one of these spacers, and we're just gonna use it as a template. I won't even use my tape measure for none of that stuff. Okay. Of course, all that stuff is gonna fall down. Just because it's too long. And we're gonna have tons of these spacers. So we have 10, and I need 30 of them. So we need to rip more of them on the table. So thank you for joining, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and as soon as I see my my iPad, I will check them and give you an answer. Let's see how long is this one. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit shorter, but should be perfect. So we got these guys, and it is 20, but I need 30, so we need 10 more. It means that we need to rip a few more strips. Thank you for joining, guys. Please like and subscribe. So this is my setup that I use when it comes to trim and any kind of big scale installations, or when I need to cut a big piece like fascia and stuff like that. This is Metabo 12-inch blade and a rigid stand that has those extensions and like arms, and it has rollers, so it helps me to keep those like material straight. And I also have one more leg that I'm using that is helping me to support something that is way longer, like this fascia board. So let's go and split a few more pieces of that PVC. I'm gonna check the chat really quick. Super Slav, how do I hide the chat? I don't know. It probably should be a button to hide the chat somewhere. So let's split a few more strips. got a few more strips that we're gonna cut into spacers as well. This is PVC trim, and for those who just joined, it's gonna be installed and attached on this rim joist to create a gap for ventilation before I put the fascia board. I really like this old school table saw. It's made out of aluminum. It's like extremely lightweight, compact, and doesn't take much more room than the big one. So let's go and cut these guys also. So we have 20. Now it's gonna be 3 each. Three. Thank you for joining, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you just joined, I'm cutting spacers out of PVC for them to be attached on the rim joist before I put the fascia board, so it can have proper ventilation. So not to skip the installation part, stay tuned, guys, and press like and subscribe as well. So it used to be just a PVC trim, and now I'm cutting it into the strips. Because if you don't do any gap between the fascia board and the rim joist, when you have the water, it's pretty much getting trapped there. So it's not something that we want to have for a nice deck that's supposed to last a long time. So we're gonna prevent it by attaching those spacers. Just like that. So now, guys, we're gonna grab all these guys, and they should be all installed 16 inches apart from one another. And when you install your fascia board, you should have them all exactly where your fasteners will go. So I already have these nails, which is like around 16 inches. Not around, it's exactly 16 inches. So we're gonna set those strips just somewhere here for now, and then I'm gonna get them tape measure, and we're gonna make the actual marks, because when you put your screws on fascia board, you don't want to have random placement. You want to have exact placement of those screws. So we're gonna be just placing them right like that now. So when I install this fascia board afterwards, I will have I'll probably put 2 here, because it's gonna be I'll keep it 1 for now, because fascia board is 12 feet long, and that rim joist side is 32. So anyways, it will take 3 pieces for me. And every time when you install fascia board, you should leave the gap between the I'm gonna have a picture frame on the top overhanging, and you have to leave like 1/8 gap for drainage. So I will do that simply by placing some piece under and nailing it, and it will help as a support, pretty much as my helper, as a second hand. Okay, so we got that. We have plenty of this stuff right here. I left my impact drill. I don't want it to be abandoned. So, and we have a few more just in case. Just in case, guys. Also, I'll be mitering these outside corners 45-degree, and we will have to leave the gap as well for the miter cuts. Thank you for joining, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Good Citizen. Hi, chat. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So now let's measure where we're gonna have those actual screws. So where's my tape measure? It's right over here. I'm gonna get a pin nailer that I will use just to attach first strip. I have this flex one that I'll be using. Thank you for joining, guys. If you just joined, I'm installing the PVC spacers for the fascia board to be installed. So we have tons of screws here, and usually fascia board screw should go about 1 inch and from the bottom and 1 inch from here. So pretty much we're gonna set this spacer right over here, just like that. I'm gonna shoot few pins. So then we can measure. So we're gonna have that thing 7/8 on this side for fascia and everything here, and every 16 inches from here. So this is our 12-foot board, and it will end right here. So we're gonna move 1 inch away on this side and 1 inch away it's actually do exactly 12. So then we have 32. So if it was 33, it would have been 11 foot sections. And 32. So 16, 16. So we're gonna do that. Let me check something real quick, guys, on my phone. Stay tuned, don't leave. I need to use my phone really quick. 8 inches, 8 inches, 128 inches. So we're gonna measure, so 128. This is exactly where the end of our board is gonna be. So first board, and pretty much our screw will be 1 inch away, just like that. Then we have another row of screws right here, and then let me double check on this end. It's shifted 7, 8, 16. So 128, it's actually, yeah, it's shifted. So this is first board edge, and we're gonna set our screws right here and right here. So then we're gonna have another section which will be also 128 inches in the middle. So I'm trying to space all that stuff exactly how it should be. So then I don't have to look for those spacers or double measure everything again. So here is 128, the middle section. And we can pretty much proceed. Yeah, so it's like 16, 32, every 16 inches on center for fascia board. So we are lucky that we are not hitting any of our previous nails or screws or bolts for railing posts that we used. Okay, so, and we have 128. This is another board, the end of another board, so second board. And then we're gonna have our set of nails 1 inch away, one set of screws I meant. So and let's now put our tape measure on this end, and we're also gonna leave that 7/8 overhang and move it to the side, and it should be 100, around 128 on this line. It's tiny bit more. So yeah, 128 is right here. Thank you for joining, everyone. If you just joined, I'm marking up for my fascia board spacers that I'm gonna put, and then we're gonna put the spacers and cut the fascia board. So it is 130. 130 on this end, even 131. So it is less than I thought for some reason. 128, 1 to 3 inch, pretty much 3 inches that we can add to each section, which will be 129. 129. Yeah, so instead of 128, 129. Yeah, so I marked it correct very first time. Yeah, but it's still the same. So 16, 129. I'm gonna just put some tape not to make myself mess up those marks. I had some 3M tape, and it's exterior tape, and what's interesting, it looks pretty much just like that Trex tape. Correct. Not many like him anymore. Thank you, Gambler. Uncommon Woman, thank you. He don't cut no corners. Thank you very much. You are a hell of a good carpenter. I don't know. I'm a contractor of over 54 years, built $1 million houses. Thank you very much. I'm really glad that people like yourself follow my channel and can also share knowledge with others, and it gives me also it increases my joy. Virginia Alarcon, hi everyone. Thank you for joining and staying with me, guys. Let's go. So I'm just gonna tape that, not to make myself think always what it was, and then when I will be attaching my spacers, I will just remove it. So it's just for me. 128, 29 is the edge of that piece, 28 is my screw. So another 130 is gonna be also my screw head. So now the same story that we have, pretty much 16 on centers, and now I'm gonna measure 129 from here. You know what's interesting, guys? I was carrying those fascia boards they were like they were laying for a long time at the same spot, and when I lifted the very last piece, guess what I saw under it? It was a spider, a black widow, and I almost grabbed the spider, and she was like really scared of me, started running, but I kind of looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's not good. There might have been some unnecessary rush, I would say. I'm trying to think to keep the same logic, the same placement of screws on each board, not for them not to look funky. Sometimes it's hard to do at the same time when I'm kind of shooting the stream, because I want you to guys see the kind of like progress and stuff, but it's not always works. Okay, so now I'm gonna shift it. This is pretty nice tape measure, I like it a lot. It's a tough build and it's really like sturdy. The quality of the tape itself is pretty good. So so it's supposed to be, so this is where my 16, so it means this screw is 15. Yeah, it's gonna stay exactly here, and then the rest again goes 16 apart, just like that. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. And the last screw should be 15. Okay, 128. Yeah, and I want to do something. I want to use my laser tape measure, and I want to measure exactly how it is, so I can divide it equally, just to make sure, because I'm having hard times doing that right now. So let's, where do I have? I have such a mess in here, guys. We're gonna put something on the very edge. We're gonna measure. By the way, if anyone is thinking about getting a laser tape measure, this one I've been using it for years. It's Chinese, but it's pretty amazing. It works great. So I'm just gonna shoot a few nails. Here, probably like that. just temporary. I'm gonna set that thing 2 inches. It's exactly set 2 inches right now. And now it is 385 inches. 385, and we need to divide it by 3. We get a pencil, so it will be guys, I have a hard time. Like my brain was under the sun exposure all day, so I'm gonna use my calculator really quick. Don't skip, guys. I'll be back in a second. We divide 12 by 3, 12 by 3, it will be 4. So quarter inch, 128 and quarter inch. Now let's do the same thing. I'm gonna take my tape measure and double check everything. Okay, so 128 and a quarter. $128 and a quarter. And from there to there, it will be 128 and a quarter as well. And a half. That's okay. So pretty much with a 7/8 on each side, 129 is okay. 129. $129, so our measurements were pretty good. So let's start shooting these guys in place. So I'm shooting these spacers with a pin nailer just to space up the fascia for a 1/4 inch. And I know that at some point I will run out of these nails. I would have to grab some. Okay, so this will be shorter, so because I have the overhang, so it's like 15 1/4. So now I'll do the same. I'll do the same for the opposite side. So I did 120. I can set you up, guys, on the tripod. I don't know if it will be better or not, so you can see the whole picture better. Thank you for joining, everyone. So I'm gonna screw it back just like that and set my phone like this, and you will be able to see what I'm dealing with over here, just like that. But you won't be able to hear me. So I'll grab the tape. And I'll measure now 129 from that side. So I marked that side, also 16 inches center, and I'm gonna nail the spaces. Give me a second, guys. I would need to get more of these nails. Okay, I'm back in the game. Let's start nailing these guys. Thank you for joining, everyone. For those who just joined, I'm installing these spacers as a part of the fascia board installation, so that when the water goes down, it can dry out and it won't be trapped in between. So when I have the butt joints, I'm adding, as you can see, two, not just one. Okay. Would be third section. Perfect. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, now all that stuff is spaced evenly. Let's go to the other side. this one. Let me check. Shoot this guy. Dude. What is up? It keeps doing it to me. I have to retract every time when I'm shooting that stuff. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel, everyone. If you just joined, I'm putting those spacers to create the gap between the fascia board, composite fascia board, and not to have the rim joist rot and have some room for the air to go through. Hi guys, Sanders, thank you for joining. Good to see you again. Let's go on the third side, guys. Thank you for joining, everyone. As you can see, those spacers are everywhere. They are made out of PVC, and I'm gonna install the fascia board on the top of them. You can see this fascia board is laying there. Another thing that loves, they gave me 12-inch fascia board because they probably, for some reason, thought that I'm gonna be using the without picture frame, so I would just lift it up and I would have that board covered, but my rim joist is 10 inches, so it's too much for me. So I will be ripping this fascia board to remove those few inches, because after I put the screws, I want to have the even distance from the bottom to the first screw and from the top to the first screw. So let's continue setting those spacers in place. You can see I already put the sleeves and lights on the top. It's just temporary. I'll be cutting them shorter, and also the lights, I just wanted for a customer to see if all of them work, so we have the time to replace if some of them are faulty. And just in case, to see how it looks, because it has like two settings, 5000 kelvins and 3000 kelvins, which is the brightness, so he can determine if they like better when it's brighter or when it's not as bright. So So now we're gonna put 3 more strips above the first step. And again, this is temporary. This is just temporary for me to step on. As you can see, it was some bad lumber that I just put to use for temporary steps. Okay, and here we're gonna have that stuff. So we are done with spacing. And now let's start putting some temporary blocking under so we can use it as an arm. So we can use it as an arm for me to hold the board in place. If you just joined, guys, I'm installing these spacers to keep the gap between the fascia board and the actual rim joist, so the air can go through and it can dry out instead of moisture being trapped there. So now I'm gonna be placing some supports underneath, so then I can start reaping my boards on a table saw and installing them as a fascia board. gonna split probably, but I'm hoping that maybe not. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. So I set these supports for me to catch the board, and now I'm gonna bring it, and I'll mark myself where approximately I need to cut it, not to carry the full board on my table, so while I need to rip it. Raining. What? It started raining, guys. Raining. So guys, I had to collect some of the tools because it was The rain hit pretty hard, but it will stop probably in a few minutes because it's just a small cloud. Yeah, it's already stopping. So for the decking, for the fascia, usually you have to get like if you're using Trex like I do, Trex hideaway counter bore, pretty much countersink bit that stops exactly where you need it to stop, and drill bits, and then also color matching fastener. So this is called lava rock, so I'm gonna be using these lava rock screws for it. And this white strip is already gonna be the lines where I need to drive my screws exactly. So I'm gonna have two drills that I'll be using. One will have the drill bit for drilling and countersinking those holes. So it's pretty much the same drill bit as for these guys. a little bigger. Yeah. So it allows you to drill, and it will stop exactly where it should stop for you to countersink it exactly. But I'm not sure if it's gonna lock into the... It does lock, but feels like it's not gonna stay there. So probably we'll see. Maybe it will work. I have a drill, but I want to try using that. So let's set these guys in place. They give you a spare drill bit for it. And let me open the screws and show you how these screws look like. So these are the screws, and they're supposed to match that board. Yeah, I mean it's brownish, so it will work exactly as it should work. So now I'll have to determine the height, how high I need to rip the board. I want to connect my charger because my phone is dying, and I don't want it to die at the middle of the stream. So I'm gonna just use a straight edge. And some shim just to pretty much visualize it for me. It's a lot of taping, a lot of different taping. Okay, so I was trying to set my table saw blade exactly where it should be, and it seems like we are ready to start ripping those boards. So I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see it better, and we're gonna start ripping those boards one by one. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you everyone for joining. So and let me explain really quick why I have to rip them on a table. So it is 11.5 fascia board, and I'm doing picture frame with overhang, not flush with the top of the decking. So I have also rim joist that is 11, and then it's 9.5 inches as well. So it's too high for me, and I discussed with the customer, and we decided to do it this way. So let's start, guys. Hopefully you can see it well. Okay, and that board will be covered with almost inch overhang. So even if there's any unevenness on my cut, it won't be noticeable at all. But it seems like I cut it pretty straight. And I also got a strip of something that might be like a trim or something like that. So we got this board, and I want to cut that small piece of fascia just as a spacer that I'm gonna be using. If I will turn my phone sideways, it won't be considered as a vertical stream and it will be shown as a horizontal stream, so probably it won't work. Hi Dutch Tulip. Hi Dialoop. You only build 6 decks. I don't build only decks, and I do a lot of remodeling stuff, so I switch things pretty often. But yeah, you're right, they will be sturdy, and this deck is gonna be for really good people, and I want to make sure this deck is done right and that they will enjoy it for many years. From the Netherlands. Wow, that's cool, thank you. Like and subscribe to the channel so you can see future live streams and not to skip, and be able to see how this deck will look like at the very end. Thank you everyone for joining. Please like and subscribe, guys. So I'm gonna turn you this way, and I want to try to check how this board is gonna go. It's really bent now after this rain, so I'm gonna have to use some clamps. I had to set up my saw to cut that board. Actually, this corner is pretty, this side is pretty straight, so it's 90 and pretty fine, so I'll just keep it the way it is. So I want to cut that piece. Just to be able to use it for my miter cut and see exactly where I need to miter it. I had my fancy carpenter's pencil, but I lost it somewhere. The one with the that you can replace the core on it. I think it's like carbon or something. I don't remember. So that should be 45 from here. Just like that. I think I can actually cut it on my circular saw. No, I'll use my miter saw. It's gonna be much more straight. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, now I'm gonna go and cut that piece 45 degree on my miter saw. Stuff happens. Luckily this stuff is durable. So it's better to carry it. Heidi Majinley, hi Long Island, New York, GPC 67 Noah. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you everyone, guys. It's great to know that there are people from all over the world watching. I need to put some block in back. So now we're gonna secure that guy, but I want to make sure. Yeah. More, because we're gonna have also a little gap that we need to maintain. So let's try it first on a sample just to see that it's not faulty and it's countersinking it. Okay, and then when we got our screw, yeah, they even give you wiggle room for the screw alone. So this is how it's gonna look like when it's installed, and it should be 1 inch from the top I'm gonna need to mark 1 inch. Where's my tape measure? Let me check that casing. It's more than an inch. So I'll just use a tape measure and I'll set it 1 inch lower, just like that. And yeah. I'm gonna press it down, maybe even more. Now we can keep the screw. We're gonna press it down. Just like that. Yeah, it's gonna look awesome. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. So as you can see, this white stuff is a spacer, and it's spacing all this fascia board away from the rim joist, and it creates a ventilation gap. One inch right here. Okay. It's gonna be here. We're gonna reuse that guy for the other. So if you go slow, that stuff is spinning and throwing all this kind of debris to different directions, and it's not gonna get clogged. If you go quick, then this stuff will be kind of hard to remove all that debris. And I will be double checking it and even it with the top and maintaining my 1/8 of an inch drop, because it's like it tends to flex more than that. It's about like quarter inch. Like quarter inch and almost flush here, so yep, just like that. Then I'll just push it down. Yep, perfect. Great. And also, when you have your picture frame board overlapping the fascia, like it's gonna be in my case, you want to keep like 1/8 of an inch gap also here in between, so then it will have a proper drainage and the water can go down. Thank you for joining, everyone. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. So let's continue. lava rock. It's called lava rock. I'm gonna bring you guys closer and closer and closer. Thank you for joining, everyone. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It's still okay here. So I better cut some spacer. Because I don't want to be measuring every time. There's just too much stuff. So 1 inch here, and then oh! Да! Скоро! Скоро, Луня, а что ты хочешь? А что ты хочешь?
Dude, you're doing a great job already on this thing. This is so awesome. You're the whole livestream, remember?
Yeah. So my son Luca came to help me with the deck. Luca, please don't mess up with that stuff. So, Luca, this is called fascia board. And it's designed to cover that wooden edge and make it beautiful like the rest. So you're gonna help me drill some. You see those black marks?
Yeah.
This is where we're gonna put the screws like that. And it, like you should use the special drill bit to drill it first, and then you're gonna put the screw. So you're gonna help me. Try push the trigger slowly. Try. And then faster. More. Okay, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Now first you have to press it, and when I say, you will start slowly. Okay, start. And faster, and faster, and faster. And then stop. So you made a hole. It's called countersinking. And then the bottom hole. Let's see that it's straight. Just like that, yeah. And then go. No, don't put your fingers.
It's
Yep,
right
it's perfect.
No.
Okay. It's a little bit off the mark, but I'm keeping an eye to make it straight, so it's more important. Let's see where it was. Nope. Like that. Yep. Go ahead. A little more. Perfect. So now we're gonna switch the drills, because we don't want to spend time on changing those bits.
What is this for? A greenhouse?
No, it's for, I use it to cover myself from the rain. Come here. Okay. So then you put this guy right in the center, and then you drive it, right? And when it kind of comes flush, you stop. Stop, 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 stop. It's too fast. You better push it more, but go slow. Like that, yeah. And then a little more, a little more. And when it did this, da-da-da, then you stop. And then it's, no, nope. One more, and for this hole, please. Okay, so you see it's pretty easy. Look at, nope, you have to keep the pressure on it to keep it straight, and then go and give it a, yep. And usually you put the screw first, you put it like that, and then you do stuff. You don't put it in the hole. You want to drill more? No, look at, don't do it. You want to drill more?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Okay.
Wait,
You're gonna do a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna use that thingy to mark the hole right here.
Oh, you're so sweaty.
Yeah, because it's hot. It's been hot all day. And then here. Okay, you see those two? Look at.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again.
Take this one. Yeah, we're gonna drill it.
But how fast is this one?
It is fast, but
Faster. Like right here.
First, you just press it to kind of create a notch, like that, so it stays there. And then you go slow and faster, faster, more. Stop. And the same for the bottom. press it first?
I know.
Okay, just don't start it unless, like, until you press it very well. Keep it straight. Keep your fingers away. Go ahead. You have to more. Stop. Because first, you see, first it makes the hole, and then it makes a little bit wider hole for the head. And then get this drill. So.
I want to do it for fun.
I know. Okay, take this one. Take this one.
Alright.
Screw. Place it first. Put it in the hole.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly in the center, right?
Yep. Perfectly in the center. Up. Perfect. And then one more screw. Good job. Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast. Press more, but go slow.
How do I fix it?
I'm gonna help you. So the trick is, look up. The trick is not to go fast and just and just press it. You push it so it goes deep into that head. That's it. And I'm gonna do 2 more holes, and you're gonna put 2 more screws. If you want, you can check how many people are watching this. Okay. You want to check some?
No, we don't.
Luca, not. You already have a hole here. Luca. Luca, come and do 2 screws, please.
Alright.
Here you are. You already have the first one.
What?
Put it first here, not in the hole,
Oh,
on a drill bit.
why?
Because it's much easier. Then you have it straight. Then you just, the same stuff.
Where is, oh.
Every time you want to press it first, so it so it does this. And then it won't go to the sides after you put it. You press it. Great. And then you go slow, but you press it. Great.
Ah.
One more screw and one more hole.
Can you check how much people are watching?
Yeah, we have 43 people watching, Luca.
Only 43?
Only. It's a lot of people. It's 43 people. If you, they won't fit on this deck probably at the same time. So I can give you different drill, Luca, if you want to just play.
Do you have a hammer?
I do, but let me tell you that. You see that? Luca.
What?
It's designed for PVC, not for wood.
What is PVC?
PVC, it's a plastic, pretty much, stuff like that, or composite. It's called composite.
Where's your hammer, bro?
Bro?
It's all the way down there?
I don't know. It should be somewhere here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it strong enough so I can like walk on it?
Of course, it's ready. Really? Just those steps, they are not secure, but
looks very cool.
They're gonna cut that window and put the French door, so it will be.
French door like this one?
It will be at the end.
Is this the original exit?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, here's the.
It's a rubber metal, so it won't smash.
No, not like the smash things. Yo, can you give me a nail?
You won't be able to drive the nail. It's a screw. No, not this. It's expensive stuff. No.
Like a normal one where you can. Wait, this is rubber? Wait, do you have like a small iron one? No, yeah. I need like some money. That's a that's his big ass shed? No way! That's so big.
Yeah. And we're gonna have railings here, and these are lights. These are lights. LED.
That are just flat? Like you think?
I can give you a drill if you want to. Come here. That's great.
I always wanted to have one.
Here's the hammer.
What do you mean camera? Oh. I thought you said camera.
Oh, hammer. I have this one and I have that one. This is heavy.
I would like this one. It's pretty heavy also. I always wanted to have an orange cat.
Orange cat?
Yeah, because of my avatar in Roblox.
Oh.
And also, I just really like them. Like opinion, yeah, I love them.
Thank you for joining, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hi, Charles. Good to see you. Yeah. Hi, Donald. Hi, Hector. Hi, everyone, guys. Thank you for joining. No. Cheers. I will leave this deck unfinished on the purpose. I will just skip the very last thing, and I'll be streaming time after time just for you to see that it's still not finished, and you will be able to comment and say that it's not finished yet.
that was crazy. Damn, that's strong. Jim,
You can use this piece. It's gonna be heavier.
what piece?
This one.
Oh, all right. Wait, whose car is that?
It's marked, but on Lisa's car, I assume.
Oh, this one is heavy. Oh, that went
Hey,
straight.
Bella.
Ah. Yeah. Hi, Bella.
Come on.
All right, say hi and then say goodnight.
Hi.
Hi and goodnight, guys.
Okay,
We got a
yeah.
lot to do.
Yeah. You gotta go.
Chickens, crabs. Ooh, wow, mine is down.
Yeah. It will have a gap anyways. It should have like 1/8 of an inch for extension.
Good job.
Yeah. Luca helped me even drive this through.
Yeah. Oh, this goes on there?
Yeah. So
Is
it's
that, where'd
like
you get that?
I made it out of. I had some casing, PVC like trim, and I just sliced.
PVC?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's also PVC, so you're gonna have the gap, and when you set the board on the top, it will overhang like that, and also be like a small gap here for the drainage too. So then.
So you're going to still use full boards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like we planned. It
Oh.
works perfectly.
So 2 more boards.
2 more. I mean these 2 and 2 more, but 2.
Right, but
This
2 more,
finished
2
edge.
rows. 2 more
Yeah,
rows.
2 more rows. Yeah.
Right.
And that fascia is 12 foot, so you're gonna have also 3 pieces here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to think about the lattice and the stain too, but that's another day. All right, man. Well, we're not going to church. I have everybody covered for the safety team, and I'm not taking it. It's just too much. Unless we just go straight to the kids' thing, because he's in the sanctuary. She's like, yeah. She does really like going.
I saw a black widow today when I was taking one of these, like the last board.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Oh yeah, I see him. I don't know how bad they really are. I mean, I guess I've been bit by some spiders that are like literally left some pretty big marks. One time right here, I literally was getting undressed and there was blood in my pants, and I looked down my thigh, and there was a big black and blue mark about that big and a little chunk of skin missing. And I didn't know it happened until later on. I'm like, hey. And then, I don't know what was on my back a year or so ago. I had a big old thing. They really hang out in docks. And we reach under docks like this. We lay down on the dock. I used to reach under and attach all these like jet ski things, and you just got to do it. You can't see, so you're just like. Spiders love docks. They make special sprays and everything they can do to get spiders off. Doesn't matter. They love them. So maybe I've been bit by one, maybe not. But the brown recluse is worse. What they say. But yeah, I see them. Well, last year I was somewhere, and how big was the one you saw? It's pretty big. Yeah. The ball part, the body?
The ball part was like that.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah, that was true.
Yeah, they are. They got that little red hourglass.
Yeah. I want to ask you, if it works, you mentioned that you might be able to do more.
Yeah.
I don't know how things will work tomorrow, but if you want to do tomorrow like 200, so I can get the parts and try to work on it.
Okay.
But I haven't been there yet, so I'm not sure maybe they already have something. I can help, but I haven't.
What do you need?
Yeah, man. Okay, let's go. Just keep in mind that you have to wash your hands. So we're gonna go now, okay?
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna go.
I always wanted an orange cat.
Orange cat.
Yeah, it's called like that.
You hammered it into the ground, yeah?
We have 23 people watching.
Guys, I'm wrapping for today. Thank you for being with me and for joining. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you tomorrow or probably on Monday, yeah, because it's Sunday tomorrow, guys. So thank you everyone for joining. We'll see you soon. Bye.